Today we have a Drevo Calibur RGB mechanical Bluetooth keyboard, which is in dire need of cleaning. We have a charging port. We have not much on the bottom. There's a power switch. And then you have the keys. There's a couple of screws under the keys, so we need to take the screws out to even open this thing. But since the keys need to be washed anyway, so let's just get to it. Now at this point you would have two choices, or three actually. Either to use compressed air to push all this stuff away, which then blows it everywhere. It's an okay choice if you're outside, which I'm not. Or you can use a vacuum cleaner, like I'm going to. Or you could just leave it there and wash the stuff, but that makes the water really dirty immediately, so I'm going to do a preliminary vacuuming. And since this isn't exactly the most expensive keyboard there is, I really doubt that this actually hurts this thing. That should be it for the screws. Due to the way that this is being constructed, this plate cannot be removed, which means that we have to clean it as is, other than taking all of the keys out. And the battery is glued down. So I can't even submerge this thing. I need to protect the battery and then wash this thing by hand. We'll start with the easy one, the battery. We'll first do a little sweep with the vacuum cleaner and then clean all these things out. One of the easiest ways to protect something from moisture is saran wrap. Now, thankfully this thing does have a protection circuit, but you still should not be playing with much water around these. Also, I can feel, based on the way that this thing is attached, that there's not much tape under there, but I really don't want to move this lipo pack, because the way that you would do that is usually pry it from underneath or warm it up and then pry, and neither of those are exactly good for these pouch types. If you want to replace the battery, then it doesn't really matter. Just make sure that the battery is empty before you start, and then do it. That way there's less likely to be any problems when you remove it, even if you manage to damage it. And the cleaning agent being used is just water and soap. There we go, that now just needs to dry out. And then we have the keys. And we're done for the keys. They can now go get rinsed, and then we just need to do the switches themselves. Then we have a small amount of dishwasher and water, and we'll clean these with that. Also have isopropyl alcohol. And there we go. Now it's clean enough. Some people would say that you should now open up each and every one of these and then oil them, or just press them down and squirt some oil in. We're not going to do that. We're just going to put this back together because it works well enough. If it works, don't fix it. This, however, does need some fixing. As we can see, some of the pins have come off. So we need to go and re-solder this thing. So we can't put this thing back together yet. I'm sorry for the microscope footage. It looks terrible. I have no idea what happened to OBS. It decided to just start glitching out, even though it looked normal when I did the actual recording. In any case, in the beginning we simply remove the crust that is on the PCB with some isopropyl alcohol using a Q-tip. I after that check which pins have been damaged and how badly. Have the pins just come off, or have they ripped their pads too? And turns out that at least 2 pads have been ripped. Now that the damage has been assessed, I can solder down the couple of pins that can immediately be soldered down because they have intact pads. However, the middle pin has both a torn trace and a damaged pad, so I need to fabricate a jumper wire from a resistor. Even that is a bit thick for this particular application, but it works. So I have to scratch the solder mask, and then I can put the bent wire in place.
And now that all of the pins have been soldered, we'll just lastly inspect everything, and then we can get back to putting the keyboard back together.
As we can see, the USB now works. I will just need to screw this thing in and put the keycaps back in their place. And then we just test that everything still works. Yep. Here are the keys. Let's put them in place. There we go, we're done. And now a final check. as you can see, it's fully functional again. But that's all for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.